What's good? It's Postman, liveoffbeats.com. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed, but maybe that's the reason why you're watching this, because you already subscribed. Well, anyways, just want to give you a week in review, what's going on in the community, what's been happening. Had a phenomenal week last week. I went to the studio. Kev came out, big homie Kev, shout out to Kev. Great musician, man. I mean, the dude's a great musician and a great music producer. I mean, all around music guy, is a musical genius. So we locked ourselves in the studio for 3 straight days. So we rented the studio out, the first studio out in Burbank. I mean, it was this fabulous studio. It's nice. And then the next 2 days, we rented out another studio. But it was for, blocked up the whole day, that type of stuff. And it was really phenomenal, man. In the studio, I got pictures and videos and stuff on the Instagram, on the gram and stuff of the videos. And it's really nice, man. Really nice stuff. But what was really just great about it, man, was just getting back to being a producer. You know what I mean? Just going in the studio, going in the lab, and just working. That's what we did. We didn't take no breaks. We bring all the snacks, you know what I'm saying, all the little smoky smoke, you know what I'm saying? Just sat in the studio, and we didn't leave unless it was time to take a piss. Cause, you got to piss sometimes, so I went to take a piss. And even when I was pissing, Kev was still in there working. And when Kev was taking a piss, I'm the one in there on the board usually. So, I mean, we really worked nonstop, hour after hour, man. There's nothing like that, man. And that's the testament to just being able to live that producer lifestyle, man. Me and Kev, neither one of us work a 9 to 5, So, we are getting money from, businesses and beat sales and stuff like that. So it's just a phenomenal thing, man, because I couldn't imagine not being able to do that. To be like, oh, man, let me go check on my job and see what they say. If they let me off for 3 days, that type of crap. Nah, man, let's get in the studio, let's work. And it was a beautiful thing, man. And a couple of interesting things happened. I'll get that in a second, man. A couple of phenomenal things happened because, me and Kev, we teamed up to form, Army Production. We're going to be taking the game over by storm. That's a fact, So we got joints, man. We got hits. We're also going to keep selling beats online. So don't think we're going to keep selling the beats off our beat site. We got a dope-ass beat site because, we're not going to just wait on the industry. We're going to get it all. I want multiple streams of revenue. But anyways, we got our company. And we was banging out tracks. But some very cool things happened. So the first thing, we ran out the studio out in Burbank. And I see Steve LaBelle. If you know who Steve LaBelle is, he's a legendary, manager, guy in the industry, knows everybody. He manages Scott Storch. He manages Bone Thugs and Harmony. He manages a lot of he's just a phenomenal guy in the industry, and well respected. So he met him, got his contact, just happened to run into. That's the thing about it, man. When you go in the studios and you work in that energy, you attract all this stuff to you. So then we got his contact. And then at the second studio, the guy who owned the studio ended up being a guy named Brad Gilderman, who's a legendary engineer. I mean, this guy's engineered everything. He worked hand in hand with Babyface on the Face Records back in the day. Dark Child. Guy has diamond plaques all over, 3 Grammys. I mean, just Emmys. Worked all the engineering for what's that show called? American Idol for like 10 years. I mean, this guy's just a legend. And just it was his studio that we rented out, and it was just phenomenal, man. Just to talk with him, chop it up with him, getting game from like, we trying to be the next dudes. Like, what's up, man? Because he's seen guys rise, man. He been in the game since the '80s, man. Like anything big, like he's touched, from Whitney Houston, Tony Braxton, Michael Jackson, TLC to just you name it, Mary J. Blige. So, just chopping up game with him, and just I'm always humbled to know, guys who have seen and have that reach that level of success. He's a very humble, cool guy too, man. Very cool, likable guy, and just chopping up about music and stuff like that. And it was just getting that type of game, man. You know what I'm saying? Gave us a lot of great advice, and just made a phenomenal experience, man. Meeting a legend like that, and we worked there for 2 days, and then to top it off, at the end of the last day, we were leaving the studio that night, so we were done. We were like, okay, woo, it's time to get back, load the car up and get back, to the house. It's nighttime. And right when we're walking to the car, I see DJ Quick just chilling because it's a studio. We're in one studio building, and he's in the building next door. So there's 2 studios next door to each other, like studio buildings. Not rooms, but actual buildings next door to each other. He's in the back doing his thing, chilling. And we were in the back leaving to pull our car out. And I see DJ Quick there just chilling, chopping up with one of his boys, maybe he's an engineer or a musician or something. And Kev goes, I tell Kev, hey, that's DJ Quick. And Kev goes, hollers at him, and we just start chopping up with DJ Quick. Now, the funny thing is that Quick was like, man, oh, that was y'all in there banging? Because we was beating it down. You know when you're in the studio, you banging, we banging the whole day. And he was like, man, you know, we trying to record vocals and stuff. We like, who is that banging? They thought it was in their building. It wasn't even in their building. We was in the building next to us. That's how big we was banging, man. There's no other compliment in my eyes that a producer can give you and they say, yo, your stuff was banging. We ain't even know who that was. Like, that's us. You know what I'm saying? So that was just, you know, DJ Quick is an idol of mine. You know what I mean? I come from the West Coast in Los Angeles. So, you know, DJ Quick is legendary, man. He's just a genius pioneer in terms of music, man. So that was just a phenomenal experience, man, capping that off. So that's just some things that happened last week. And like I said, man, it's just amazing little producer lifestyle. And also, man, when you go towards your dreams, man, I remember, you know, me and Kev would have deep conversations as well. Like, man, you know what's funny? It's like, you know, God gives you this gift, and then, you know, when you start getting away from it, things don't seem to be going right. You know, but then when you just focus in, okay, I'm getting back to just focusing on the gift that God gave me. It don't mean that you ain't going to have to do other stuff now. You're going to have to do your business. You're going to have to do numbers. You're going to have to get traffic market, all that stuff. But the core, if you're not doing the core thing that you were here to do, all that stuff is like lifeless. It's a struggle to do all that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, you may hear that loud noise. I can pretend like I don't hear it, but it's the garage. I'm in the home office, and my beautiful woman and my daughter are here. Just came back in. So they're probably going to bust up in here while I'm recording. Or she'll probably hear I'm recording. She's really good at that. She'll hear I'm recording something and just be like, okay, I ain't going to bust in there. But that's what you hear, garage. So I love having a good family. Anyway, I digress. When you're focused on the thing that you're here to do and your gift, it gives fuel to all the other things you have to do. See, but when you take away that thing, that your gift, that thing you're passionate about, that you can do all day, that you love to do, and you quit doing it, what happens is the other stuff is just not, it's like meaningless. It's like you have to force yourself to go to work every day. You have to force yourself to get up and do this stuff, and it doesn't really turn out right. And so it's like you have to really keep focusing on your gift. I heard E40 say this too, because he had all these different businesses. He was on the Drink Champs podcast, which is an interesting podcast with Nori. I like that. I like their podcast. And E40, you know, who's a legend to me, you know, and he's a legend, period, because you think about it independently, he's been in the game for 30-something years, man. I mean, who lasts that long? So anyways, and still making gold records and platinum records and stuff like that. So anyways, he has all these different wines and liquor businesses and whatever. But interesting thing he said was like, you know, the best advice he got was from Too Short, who told him, you know, just make sure you keep rapping. Keep rapping. Just keep rapping. And that's the thing. It's like, what he's telling him is like, yo, this is the thing that you do. This is your gift. Keep doing that, and all the other stuff will start to attract to you. Sometimes as producers, what we do is we go to work, we do all this stuff, and then we forget the thing that we do is make music. You understand? And so that's why a lot of times producers hit me up and say, hey, man, I'm trying to sell beats online. I'm trying to get into this. I'm like, well, how many beats you got? Well, I got 5-10 beats. Well, then you're not making music. You're not doing the thing that the gift. You understand? The marketing, the selling, the money, the job, all that stuff is secondary to you expressing the gift that God gave you. And when you start to hone in and focus on that, like I said, you get into a certain energy, a certain zone where things start attracting to you. So if you find yourself in that type of state where it's like, man, things ain't working the way I want them to work, because the center, the core, like we orbit around the sun. That's what they tell us. The sun is the core and the planets go around the sun. Well, the sun is the core. So even though there's other planets and stuff, they have to revolve around the core, which is the sun. So your sun, your core, is that thing that you're passionate about that never burns out, that you can do all day. And if you take that away, then the other stuff don't have life anymore. So yeah, I'm going to have to, you know, do courses, and I'm going to have to sell beats and do marketing for my beat site. I'm going to have to send out beats and get artists and stuff. I'm going to have to do the other things besides just make the beat. But if I take making the music away, then all the other stuff is lifeless. It's a drain. It dies because I don't really want to do those things. What makes me excited is the fact that I'm doing something that I'm passionate about, and these things revolve around it. That's just a little bit deep game that, you know, I think if you're in your life, you're a producer, you know, sometimes we get away from that. I don't care about all the other shit you're doing in your life. You make sure you're doing that as well. That still have to be the core. Oh, by the way, I'm having a mastermind this Thursday. I think it's September 15th. You look at the page. I'll put the link to the page. Man, it's going to be phenomenal too. Let me just do a quick advertisement, because I know y'all be like, man, why y'all gotta sell me stuff, you know, which is weird that people would say that, because it's like, but then you want to sell beats, you want to make money, and you always get mad when someone sells you something, which is probably why you don't sell much, because you attract who you are. So you are frustrated when people try to sell you things that you could possibly use and benefit from, then yet you're on the other end trying to sell other people stuff, and that's probably why you attract the same people. You attract what you are. So that's a little bit of game I'm giving. But anyways, yeah, this is gonna be a phenomenal mastermind, because we're gonna just be chopping it up. I'm gonna be looking at your beat sites, looking at what you got, checking your beats, and saying, here's what you need to do to sell to get better, and sell more beats, because it's about making money. You know, that's what this mastermind is about. We got the beats, we make beats, we do that, but we got to make money as well, so you can live that producer lifestyle. It doesn't make sense for you to make all these beats, take all this energy and God-given gift, and then say, okay, now that I do this at night, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go to work, and that's where I'm going to make all my money, by doing other things. I don't understand that philosophy, but I do know that may be in the position you're in now, but you don't have to stay there. You have to transition. Say, okay, well, I don't want to be doing this for the next 30 fucking years of my life, so, you know, I might not be able to just quit tomorrow, but if I can start building something, then I can make the transition. Maybe not tomorrow, but maybe in 6 months, maybe in a year, maybe faster than that. But what I'm saying is, you got to make a start, and you have to start building now, and you got to not just do something and then go do something else. You have to stick with it. You got to say, okay, I'm going to stay with it. I'm going to stay on the course. Okay, you've been to the last mastermind, come to that. You should be at every mastermind. You want to be around people who are trying to do the same things you're doing and are positive in doing it. And some people are going to be ahead of you. There's some people on the mastermind who are already making thousands of dollars per month. And there may be some people who aren't making anything. And there's going to be some people who are making a couple hundred but looking to get to the next level. So whatever level you're particularly at, that's my my beautiful woman and my daughter closing the garage, but that's okay. We'll let that pass. I'm right in the middle of a good advertisement, right? I'm like really selling it to you. You're probably like all fired up, like, yes, I'm ready to join, take my money, but that's all right. We'll get back to that. I don't know if we can get that energy back, but anyways, you want to be a part of things that people are going the same direction you're going in, because in your everyday life, you're hearing about all this other crap. People are always telling you about crap, and everybody you're talking to are talking about crap. Well, anything that ain't got nothing to do with where you're going, to me, is crap. I don't care how positive it is, how good it is. If it ain't got nothing to do with where you trying to go, then it's crap. You can't use it. So at least you want to be in this energy around other producers who are more successful than you, and some are on the same level as you, trying to become successful, but everybody's positive. That's the beautiful thing about these masterminds. That's why producers love them, and they show up. Some show up to all of them, because they're like, yo, where else can I get this type of energy? And we don't have them often, every few months. So it's not like we do it every week or nothing like that. So we all get together, and I'll be checking your stuff personally, because, hey, I'm the king of marketing. They say that I'm the godfather of selling beats online. Somebody else said that. I didn't say that. But if I were to call myself something, it probably would be that, because I'm the one who started the whole movement. But at the same time, there's new things and new technology and stuff that's out now that you can take advantage of, that you could be selling these beats in your sleep, making money. You don't have to go to a 9-to-5. Will you be a millionaire tomorrow? Absolutely not. If that's what you think, then don't join, because then you're a moron, right? But I know you're not a moron, but I mean, there's people who think like that, and they get mad at me and say, I didn't make $1 million the next day. And I'm going to say, well, you moron, why do you think like that? But what you can, let's make realistic goals. What if you were able to make $200 a day? What if you were able to get to $2,000 for the month and able to save that money and then reflip it the next month and make $3,000 in beat sales? And what if you were able to eventually get to $10,000 a month in beat sales? That sounds good to me. Let's make it realistic. You don't go to your job and say, hey, let me get $1 million tomorrow, right? You don't go to your job and say that, but yet you go to that motherfucker every day and work like a goddamn slave every day and get a little tiny piece of a check every day and doing something that you know you don't love every day. So why not come join this mastermind, so at least we can start the transition, so you can start doing what you love. You understand what I'm saying? And live the type of lifestyle that I'm talking about. I do what I want, when I want, how I want. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the beauty of it. That's what it's all about, lifestyle. I'm not telling you this stuff so you can start saying I'm a join a get rich quick scheme and scheme. I think a get rich quick scheme. It's just about how do we take marketing principles, business principles that work, that have tried and tested and work, and bring in income into our music production business, and how do we apply that to our beat sites so we can make income and start making money from what we love. There's a huge market out there. There's approximately $34,000 per day sold, beats sold on a My Flash Store player every single day. So why not get a piece of that? Why couldn't you get at least $300 of that every day? You understand what I'm saying? So that's why you want to be on a mastermind, because we're going to be really discussing how to make money with this stuff. And it's not about the money. It's not the end goal. We love money, but at the end of the day, it's about what we could do with it. And what we could do with it is, I hate to say it like this, sounds like, you know, some 1860 slavery stuff, but we can buy our freedom. Literally, we're buying our freedom in the sense that now you have the money to do what you want to do without having to go do things you don't want to do, like go to a job every day. And like last week, we wanted to go rent a studio for 3 days, and we did that. We did that the month before, or maybe about a month ago. We did that too, and we loving the energy of that. Next time, we're gonna go in there with some singers and songwriters, and we're gonna write some hit records, and we're gonna, you know, be the top 5 records and the top 10 in a Billboard. Now you say that's impossible, that's not gonna happen. I say it's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen faster than you think, because I understand how to do things. I understand it starts from internally. Then I'm gonna keep working, keep grinding, put my head down to the pavement, and I don't care about what nobody says is impossible or what's not possible. I'm gonna keep working, keep learning, keep applying myself, applying what I learned, and I know I'm gonna be successful. It's like, why don't you get that type of perseverance mentality? If you've been doing it for a year or 2 years, so what? Just keep doing it, focusing, learning, and don't keep doing the same exact thing, because if it ain't working, it ain't working. And most of the time, when producers tell me they ain't making money, I see what they're doing. It ain't never gonna bring no money like that. Producers be having just SoundCloud accounts and just crazy looking stuff. I'm like, man, why would you think people are gonna spend money with you if you don't have anything consistent going on? You don't have a consistent traffic source, a consistent marketing plan, a consistent pricing strategy. You don't have anything consistent, but yet you want to make consistent money. That's always confusing me. But now I'm going to be able to look right at your stuff, because usually what we do is you get the information and you have to apply it yourself. But now on this mastermind, I'm just going to be saying, what's your beat site? Load it up, and then we're going to get to work. Here's how you can improve it and make more money. Here's how you can make more money. Because ultimately, we got to keep making more and more money. But we have the value. We have the products. We have the beats. That's the products. That's the value, is the beats. But now you have to get money for them. Go out in the marketplace and exchange them for money. And you have to find people who want them. You understand? And some it may be, I'm gonna be listening to your beats and giving you critique. It may be the beats aren't good enough to sell. Now you may be like, well, I'm scared to hear that. Well, you got to hear the truth. And I just tell you that your beats aren't good enough, but here's how you get them better. So that way you can improve every single time. And the next thing you know, you got bangers and you're selling all over the place. Maybe the top producer on the internet. So you never know. You know what I'm saying? But you never know if you don't try. You never know if you don't apply yourself. You understand what I'm saying? If you just sit there all the time and just keep telling yourself, well, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna just keep going to work, and one day I'm gonna break through, and if I just keep doing the same thing, and I hear you, Postman, yeah, I hear you, but I'm gonna go just do the same thing again and again and again and again, and you get 5 years, 10 years to go by in the same goddamn position. So you don't want to be that person. You have to continue to be growing and learning and expanding your mind. Whether you're on this mastermind or not, I think you should be on it, because, I mean, if I was a producer in your shoes, I'd be all over this stuff. It ain't even beyond me critiquing your stuff. That's phenomenal, and tell you how to make more money. Just being a part of a mastermind, like Napoleon Hill says in Think and Grow Rich. Oh, wait, I do got my laptop back with me. So let me show you this book. It stays with me everywhere I go. It's in my laptop bag. You see, no, I'm not playing. See, it's all bent up. Actually, I just bent it up the other day. I put something in there. What does that say? It says think. Oh, it's upside down. Okay, wait a minute. Why does it look like that? Okay, Think and Grow Rich. See, I'm not just talking. And in this book, if you ain't never read it or even at least looked online and got the cliff notes, you're losing your mind, bro. You got to be up on this stuff. Now, one of the chapters in here is called, hold on one second. Shit's all screwed up. I had put something in my bag that kind of chopped it up a little bit. It's chapter 10. It's called Power of the Mastermind. And in this chapter, I mean, it's in Think and Grow Rich. It's a legendary book. Every successful person has read this. Every rich person who went from rag to riches have claimed this book. And Power of the Mastermind, it talks about you got to get around like-minded people who are successful and positive and going towards where you're going towards. That accelerates your success. In fact, in this book, he says you will not get successful without the mastermind. So here I am you have a mastermind, a producer's going where you want to go. In this book, Think and Grow Rich, he says it. Why does it keep showing? Oh, I guess it shows backwards when you're on the camera. But anyways, and he's telling you right there. So we're putting it together, and you still won't join. Right? And then you go, well, I don't know why I'm getting the same results over and over again. When someone's telling you what the hell to do, and you go home and you pray and you cry and you do all that shit and complain And then someone tells you, look, man, we're going to do the mastermind. The book tells you got to have a mastermind in order to be successful and go from rags to riches. So we putting it on and you still won't join. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I know you join and you like, well, Postman, I'm already signed up. Well, I'm just saying to other people watching this, the other producers watching this, not you specifically, because I know you already on it. You've already joined. But there's producers who's watching this who haven't. So I have to talk to them because somebody has to put their foot in their ass so they can get up and stop BSing their whole life and lying to their family and lying to themselves about how they going to be this and be that and they ain't going to be shit because they doing the same thing over again. No one's telling them, God damn, if you do the same thing over again, get the same results. And you keep yapping your goddamn mouth instead of just doing what the man say to do, God damn it. Now, I know I'm on a tangent there. You probably say, Postman, why are you so aggressive? I don't know, man. I come from a military family background. Great-grandfather, grandfather, father, out military. So I just can't, I got to just be honest because I'm passionate about you and producers just getting it, man. Because when I came up from South Central, we didn't have nobody telling us how to be successful. No one was saying, there was no fucking YouTube. So I couldn't just log on YouTube and say, let me hear somebody tell me this shit. So I'm just looking around. I'm in the hood, like looking at what can I do? None of my family was entrepreneurs and successful industry people and all that stuff. So I didn't have nobody to tell me. I had to go find it and go on this long goddamn journey that I wish somebody would just said, hey, man, fuck the journey. Just do this. Fuck the struggle. Do this. And you'll be able to get to where you're trying to go a lot faster. So, but anyways, I'm here now. And I'm just telling you, man, like you got to get around a mastermind. Even if you don't join this mastermind, you ain't got to join mine. But if you don't, just still get around that. You got to get around all positive and you got to work your ass off. You got to just work, man. Just let's work, man. That's what you got to do. You got to just keep grinding, man. Wake up just say, hey, man, if I go to a 9 to 5, you got to work, man. You can't get around that. Just keep moving though. It's fun. But when you got that course we talked about earlier, make sure you still making music because that's what gives you the fuel to do all the other work. And you just keep moving like, yo, because you know it's for the music. You understand what I'm saying? So don't never lose that. Never lose God's given gift. And always continue to develop that. So if you got anything out of this, my rant, and I always get comments like, Postman, you're not saying nothing. Then why do you keep listening, you dumb motherfucker? If I'm not saying nothing, turn this shit off and then don't come back to the channel. I hate to say it so harshly, but it's like you read these comments, I'm like, man, if I'm not saying something, it's because you're a fucking moron and you not have a high enough consciousness to get the shit I'm saying. That's why you where the fuck you at, because you a moron, not you. I know you like, Post, don't go in on me, not you, but people who post those comments. And Postman don't care. I don't care. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. Now, I know you're like, Postman, I get it, but it's people be commenting stuff. We delete the comments and ban their ass anyway. We're going to ban your ass. But I'm just, I had to talk to those people too because I just get tired of reading that bull. Now, anyways, let me give you some game real quick so you can take and apply. So anyways, let's just say you don't come to the mastermind. You're crazy. You're out of your mind. You don't come to the mastermind. I put a link down there to it. Let me give you some games you can take with you that you can use if you want to make more money. So you want to make more money, you got to get more people to your site. But you got to make the hot beats, too. You got to make the good product. You got to have that crack, that dope. Remember, that's why they call it drugs. But, not because it's drugs, but because, that's the same. So you got to have that crack. We just call it, you got to have that work. So you got to be making beats every day so you can keep getting better. Me and Kev been making beats longer than most of you probably got your first Fruity Loops. We was making beats 10 years prior to that. And Kev probably 5 years prior to that. And we still keep our conversations of how do we get better? How do we improve this sound? How do we come up with a different, if me and him are talking about improving, and that man is a master musician, master producer. He says I'm a master producer and genius. I don't call myself that, but that's what he calls me. And that's what other people call me. But we're still talking about how do we get better, beat after beat. So here you are, been making beats 2 years, talking about I ain't worried about getting better. My shit hot enough. Come on, man. You got to keep wanting to get the product better and better and better. So that's the first thing. Get your shit better. You know what I'm saying? And the second thing is get a professional beat site. Okay, look, this shit ain't cost that much now. Get a nice looking beat site that you can use and be proud of, that people come and say, okay, this is somebody I can take serious. Don't try to make your own freaking beat site and shit looks like crap. And then you think that people are going to spend money and spend hundreds of dollars with you on a site that looks like straight dog shit. Stop it. Stop it. Don't do that, okay? Take your business serious, the music production business. Oh, shit. Excuse me. I know. I don't know. And I was afraid that was gonna happen because it was standing up. So I'm sorry. I know you probably like Post. You almost busted my fucking speaker. I apologize for that. But anyways, get a proper beat site. Okay, take your business serious. That's the advice I can give you. If you already have one of those, get your product right, and it's gonna almost sell itself. You're still gonna have to do traffic and marketing, but it'll be easier to sell that way. Again, I apologize for dropping this mic because that shit probably scared the shit out of you if it was like hella loud, and you got it up in your speakers or something like in your headphones. So I apologize for that. And I should edit it out, but I'm not because I just do these and upload them right to YouTube because time. I like to keep working. So after this, I'm going to get back to doing more work. So anyways, catch you later. Join the mastermind stream, live stream that we're having. I'll be checking out your beat sites. All about user content, which means that I'm going to be looking at your beat site, telling you what to do exactly, listening to your beats, not just spewing information on you. So we're going to get your stuff right so you can make more money. That's the key. How do you make more money with your beats? It's ways of doing it. Let's dialogue about it. Let's mastermind about it. Other producers may have input. You may have some input. It's a mastermind, a gathering of great minds coming together so we can get better. That's what it's about. So I'll see you there. Click the link down there. Sign up for it. It's a small fee, but it ain't much. It's that we keep all the bums out and get the serious people in here. So it's a small fee. And then let's get it, man. Let's do it. I'll see you there. I'll see you Thursday. Let's get it.